Hi there. Today I want to show you a quick tip on how to make good looking portraits even though you don't have a huge studio setup, you don't have huge space. It can be done everywhere. For the sake of this tutorial, I will do it in this very room. It's about 3 meters by 3 meters on the floor, but we don't have quite a nice background right here. We do have only small strip of flat surface, and I will be using something not expensive, so we will use one flash. So this will be one light setup, and we will be using APS-C sensor camera with 50mm 1.8 lens, so on a budget. On the first portion of this video, I will show you footage from my camera set in the corner of the room. It's a very tiny room. I only have 24mm lens, so it's not perfect in showing everything, but I try to cover as much as I can. And this is the self-portrait version, because I just think of doing my photo for my social media, and I'm by myself, so this is the additional tip on how to do it by yourself. This is it on the technical side of the shoot. And now, if you want to see, I can show you how to edit this kind of video, how to edit this kind of photo to bring the most out of your raw files. So, are you interested? Yes? Okay, so let's dive into Lightroom and Photoshop, and I will show you how I do my edits. So let's begin. As you can see, we've got several images, and I will show you exactly what I've done and why I've done it. So this is picture number one. This is the habit of mine. Every time I'm using a flash or strobe or whatever you call it, I try to test the settings. So we've got here the our camera settings. So ISO 150mm, f1.8, so wide open, 1/100 of a second, and the strobe was firing at half of its power. So evidently we've got some burn image right here. Here we just set the f-stop to 8, and this is more manageable in terms of exposure. So we've got everything in the middle almost. As you can see, this is the backdrop, if I can call it right there. This is the chimney bump on my wall, and this will be our backdrop for this shoot. So we have quite nice exposure on the light stand, but we've got too much light going into our background. So we dial in f11, and this is more of this look that I'm into, but maybe even too bright. So the next step which I've done is to put my hand into the frame to check the skin tone and amount of light that is bounced off my skin, because as you can see, everything in the shot, the first plane of the shot was pretty dark with some grayish elements, but it's pretty dark, so we don't have full picture of what will gonna happen if we put our subject in the frame, and this might be quite disaster. So this was the first attempt with f11, and I managed to stay at 8 f. Sorry guys, I managed to stay at f11, but I was forced to drop my light to 1/4 of the power, so quarter of the power right here, and it's more manageable, and this was quite dark, so I just turned this f9, and it's a little bit too dark, so we dial in with f9, but we bump our light to quarter of the power. So this is the first shot. It looked quite dim. This is different setups. I was trying with the head and without the head, with the head on backwards, and without the head was the final image. This one is the one that I like. I already do the retouch on the virtual copy, but I will show you the process on this one, how to make this one look like this one. Okay, so basically what I like to do is to start with auto exposure, just to bring everything together. We do exposure, we do need to bring down the exposure and dial in what feels the best for us. I will do like so, maybe right about, yeah, maybe here. Now I would like to set my white balance. I set my white balance in camera to flash, but sometimes I use auto white balance because in RAW this really doesn't matter. We can choose our white balance right here. So I will pick my white balance selector, and you can probe on the skin, but the best way is to probe on the gray part of the image. So I know perfectly well this is quite nice neutral gray on the wall, so I will click right here. Even though it's dark, it's the perfect place to sample white balance. And as you can see, we've got tint and white and temperature set exactly where this needs to be. I like to bump a little more texture. Vibrance we will leave untouched, and chromatic aberration and lens profile enabled will do the rest of the work. And now I will try to make only on HSL part of the edit. We do need some luminance, and take our probe and try to make the skin pop a little bit, maybe like so. And I'm pretty much happy with the result, but I will tell you that this triangle and this bar of blackness here drive me crazy, so let's get rid of this. To do that, we need to right click on the photo, choose edit in Adobe Photoshop 2020, and let's bring this to the Photoshop. Okay, so this is our photo, and first of all I will duplicate my layer by hitting Command J, and we will work on this layer to have our background as backup. And now what we want to do is take marquee tool, and let's do this selection, edit, content over fill, hit it, and this is the new way of doing things. Photoshop will ask you to select the area that you want to be added. So if I make samples from here, this is what gonna be placed in this bar. So I want to make fairly sample from this area, and as you can see, Photoshop is working hard to paste this kind of pixels in this area. We will save this, okay, and Command D to deselect, and this is perfectly looking area. This one will be more tricky, so we hit P for pen tool. Let's zoom in to my shoulder, and let's do exactly like so. From here to here, like this, and like this, and like this. Okay, now right click, make selection. This was 1 pixel, feather radius. Okay, let's zoom out and make sure that you have your layer selected, edit, content over fill, and the same again. We need to sample the pixels to put in this selection. As you can see, the selection is already done. Okay, and this is the little flaw of the Photoshop, that this is not quite well done, so we do need our constant tool, select it, and opacity 100, flow something around 80 will do just fine. Sample here and try to manage this out. Okay, so this is it. Deselect, and voila, I would like to hit J for our spot healing brush, and I will remove some blemishes and some spots right here. Okay, my ugly face, a little bit of red nose. Okay, so this is it. And now for social media and stuff, I would like to make this square. So C for crop tool. Let's do this 1x1 square. Okay, so maybe like so. And you know what, maybe, okay, so let's do this here like so, and Shift Option Command S. This is save for web, and I will do this as a JPEG, very high, 80% of quality, bicubic sharper, and width and height to 2000 pixels, and this will do 72 dpi. Save it. Like an untitled, I don't use this. Okay, so let's do me, because it's all about me. And there we go. Okay guys, so basically this is it. This is the whole tutorial. Hope you like it. If you like this kind of content, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you find this video useful, please do hit the like button. It will help me a lot. And if you want to see more of this kind of videos, hit the subscribe button, and make sure that you check the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a video. This is it for me. Take care. Bye.